open.
I mean,
don't we
yeah.
always cold open?
Yeah, well, we're cold open now, so
oh boy.
Can we do this?
I'm gonna work on getting Yalleh's hat. Oh wait, say who you are.
You
Fuck it,
cold open
introductions.
and you didn't even give you.
Sorry. No, I was cold opening so I could work on the hat while you guys chatted. This was the hat and chat part of the podcast.
Right. Okay.
Hi, Clem, long-standing user and member of the podcast. I'm not quite sure who you are. Can you? I'm a little lost here. I kind of wandered into the studio.
Oh. Okay. Well. Hi, yalleh. I feel like you should have. It's fine. I'm an entity. I've been on the site for way too long. My art fight's been going bad. I broke my computer, and I've been really low energy after my computer was fixed.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's just the way that I go, is the issue. So, like, it's fine.
I've also been very low energy, if that's of any consolation to you.
Yay! It is. It's so much consolation. I feel
I've
so
been
free
so
right
high
now.
energy.
Can you give
You
some
took
to me?
mine. You took mine.
You took ours.
I did take yours.
Damie took our energy.
No, I'm like hella burned out right now, so it's fine.
We all burned the fuck out. Let's get it.
It's not a transparent image. Fuck me. God damn it.
Oh my god. But
Anyway.
yeah, yalleh. I don't. What are you? You come in.
That's
You
fucked
come
up.
in here with. What do you mean that's fucked up?
Said,
People
what
ask
are
me that
you?
all the time. Don't worry about it.
Well, they yalleh's come in here with a big foam finger,
That's
put
true,
himself
that's
down
true.
on the ground, some sort of green creature.
Great.
I'm a Janae, thank you very much. I'm a very wiggly animal.
Oh, I see. I can't read your
the
shirt
number
from
one-
here. I don't have my glasses on.
Says, no one is as smart as all of us. Or,
Oh.
wait.
I thought this is none of us is as smart
Oh,
as
yeah,
all of
sorry.
us.
It says none of us is as smart as all of us. My
That's
bad.
really
I've had
good.
the shirt for 5 years and I still don't remember it.
Oh, I should have put on my "This is what an epic gamer looks like" shirt.
You should have put on the shirt.
Oh, I should have put on the shirt. Too late.
Too fucking late.
Anyway, I'm the number one pod lover, and I've been leaving novels in the comment. If you see those are me.
I didn't read
have.
them yet. I didn't read the new ones yet. I'm a
I
fake
did.
fan.
I did. I made
I
sure.
meant to, and then I had a
appreciate them.
meeting.
Ugh. You and your meetings, Damien.
I know.
You and your
It's
meetings.
almost like it's almost like I have meetings or something.
It's almost. It's. I would dare
Sorry,
say.
it's really hard to add a hat and talk at the same time.
I love how that was immediately followed up by an error noise.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
your computer was saying no, you don't have meetings
It's not
actually.
letting me-
I've confirmed that.
Oh wait, it's literally here. Oh, never mind. Anyway, I don't know, Yalleh. What was your art fight goal? Let's start with that. That's a good
I
question.
didn't really
Yeah.
have one. It started
What?
out as like
Kidding.
do one every other day or something, and then it
Mhm.
became just chill because I don't
Yeah.
have energy
That's
to
real.
do it anymore.
Yeah. I quickly. It is weird because my goal wasn't even that big. It was also, although it was to do one every day, which I guess is like kind of big, and I ended up not doing it. And I ended up now it's also just chilling. I don't, guys. I don't know what happened.
Chill. I feel that honestly. I think this has been my chill year, my 6th year, where I did my first mass attack in.
What?
Hey.
But I didn't do anything else.
That's fair.
I did way too many This is my mass attack year,
This
truly.
was mass attack you.
Like, actually, unironically, I thought it was gonna be the year of Yaoi, and then it was the year of mass attacks, and I don't know how I feel about that.
I remember you desperately searching for someone to yaoify.
There's a Yaoi drought on Artfight. Can it be real?
I mean, you can't even say it, so I mean, I think it's
I
like
know.
an official drought.
Can you say Yuri?
Yes.
You can, because it's a name.
Oh.
You can't say Mpreg anymore.
What? No! I guess that's fair, but like.
Not really.
What?
I'm kind of a hater.
Okay,
What if a
well,
little
is that
kid-
like a name, Damie?
Hmm?
Is Mpreg a name?
No.
It
No,
should be.
it's just like,
I would
okay,
name my baby boy Mpreg.
I get why they did it.
Yes.
Kind of. But, like, it feels weird that they would ban it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I get what you mean.
As a trans guy, I'm kind of like,
Oh yeah.
why are we banning empreg?
I've seen
Some boys
people
can be
like
pregnant.
skirt the filter, like accidentally know it was banned, and they've just been saying it like normally.
Well, people, I feel like their reasoning was like, oh well, you know, we need to get rid of the pregnant talk, but nobody says empreg. They only say pregnant. So why wouldn't they ban the word pregnant instead of
Why wouldn't
empreg?
they ban the word pregnant? Why are they I'm so out of touch, and the fucking idea of them going, we need to get rid of the pregnant talk is such a funny thing that they had to do.
Okay.
Why don't we cold open and then immediately talk about artfight pregnant lore?
No, it's important lore is the
Let's
thing.
talk about it.
I feel like,
mean,
you know,
fair.
if you're being kind of real about it, the pregnant arc, maybe we could call it, is like it's a good way of understanding the artfight zeitgeist.
That's a reach.
The radio silence after I said that.
Both of us immediately going, I don't know, Dave.
Well, I think it's very telling about how the mods fix issues, and also the issues that exist in the user base. That's what I meant by that.
Specifically, just how they dealt with Yaoi and empreg?
No, well, so like, I think it's kind of, I mean, I guess we could talk, I don't know. I don't want to talk, can I have a confession?
Yes, of course.
I really
Always.
wanted to talk about some of like the server stuff and like some of the mod stuff, like art, like help one closing and stuff like that. But I feel like I have to like walk on eggshells.
Honestly, me too. I feel you on that.
I feel like somebody's gonna like snipe me. I feel like they're gonna like kill me if I say that. If I say
Damie
opinions on
wanted
it.
50,000 points.
Literally.
I would turn you in for that bounty, sorry.
Oh my god, you're so fake.
It's a pretty big bounty. I would expect you to do the same if it was for me.
That's not a
care
big.
about
They're not when
points,
they're
so I'm
leading
just
by
like-
800,000 points.
Okay, I guess you're right.
You'd have to turn me in 17 times to close the gap.
My bad. Look, maybe I would. Maybe I would turn you in 17 times.
Yeah, I keep. This is how we do. I like keep escaping, and then
Yeah, it's a plot, Damie. It's our ploy.
it's pretty. 50,000 is a lot. You're right.
Yeah.
The point balance does feel like so different. I see people talking about how Wither was ahead for a bit.
Oh yeah.
Like before Bloom won. At least I think Bloom won. Don't quote me on that. And it's like, no, girl, they were not like they were not ahead 800,000 points.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Point inflation is wild.
Free us. Get us out of this nightmare.
I genuinely okay. Here's my question.
Okay.
I think this is actually a question you could talk about for a while.
Okay.
Do you think Artfight can actually rebalance itself so that there's any sort of game aspect left to it?
That's a good question.
That's interesting. I think yes.
Oh.
I
the
think
optimist
yes.
in me says yes.
Really?
Oh,
I'm kind of the opposite. I'm like the devil. I need to know.
Well, I'm thinking of like, okay, game aspect in the grand scale, in the grand scheme, no. As in,
okay, yeah.
I don't think they could they couldn't add anything that would make the grand game of it like one team winning. They couldn't do that. It's too big at this point. That's not possible. Yeah. But adding small scale competitions, factions.
So basically just make duels.
Yes, I'm saying
like I've heard of that somewhere.
Yeah. I'm saying if duels was real.
Duels is real. It's happening right now.
I mean on the site is what I meant to say.
I don't think well there's
I don't think they do it, but like I'm saying that they could. I feel like there's a lot of possibility for them to add smaller scale competition.
Yes. No, I agree. I think like also There's probably some like way they could. I think rebalancing the point system so that like it's more based off of time. So like if you make like a fursuit for an attack or something, you get like an insane
That would be
amount of points.
insane.
You know?
I've seen people make fursuit parts. It's like hella cool.
Have they actually? That's so
Yeah.
awesome. I've never seen that.
But they get like no points for. I mean, it's the same thing with like 3D or the same thing with like animation. Like you get.
Okay, I've seen 3D whip ass when it comes to points.
Yeah, 3D does actually kind of. You're right. 3D kind of is true. But like the issue, I don't know, and this is something that's like, you know, because I've been thinking about balancing stuff a lot for duels. It's hard. It's fair. So like I definitely like empathize more with the team after trying to like balance my stuff because I'm like, oh shit, like this is
not easy,
hard as hell. But I think I don't know. I feel like for me, honestly, I feel like 3D is like inflated sometimes.
I get that, honestly. I kept seeing people like make MS
yes,
like 3D paint
yeah,
models and then rating it like self-produced texture. It's like,
yeah,
girl, there is no texture. I'm sorry.
I think that 3D paint should be its own category, and then 3D would be more balanced.
Please, it's like a 3D paint blender division.
Exactly. Like if you're or it's like the sculpt versus like drawing.
Yeah.
Because like when I did painted 3D attacks not in 3D paint, but like in open brush or like tilt brush.
Ooh.
And those I didn't even like rating as 3D because I'm technically like kind of sculpting something, but like it's still not as much work as like a sculpt is, you know?
I get that.
Anyway, I'm a hater. I think Artfight can't fix its points issue.
Why?
Yeah, why?
That is a good question. I think that well, part of it is like seeing last year and this year. So like the user growth. I think that Artfight has always had an issue with like the good team versus like the edgy team.
Yes, exactly. Like Nightmare versus Dream was like the peak example of that, in my opinion.
Gosh,
yeah. And trying to like, you know, balance that in the game is like incredibly hard because you just can't. Because if your user base is a bunch of people who like edgy stuff, and all the like really active users join the edgy team or join one team in general, then you kind of have like this point gap. And I feel like this theme set really did like exacerbate that. I think that's part of the reason why the gap is so big. Speculation.
Maybe.
So
I worry that in the future years, because okay, I don't really remember last year because I had a lot going on. But like, was vampires ever like particularly close to werewolves, or was it just always like slam dunk werewolves?
There was vampires were leading at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh right, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, my worry for the future, unrelated to that, forget 2023 happened. My worry for the future is that like it's gonna be super clear which team is gonna win, and it's gonna be like no team spirit because it's like, oh, they have like a 300k point lead, and it's been 2 days.
Yeah, I think that is where we're headed.
It's so sad.
Maybe. Bad idea. Bad solution. 3 teams.
No, I love it. I think we should do tricolor art fight.
I genuinely think, like, if you had to, the only solution would be to split the solution, like, split the player population further. Like, it seems that might help.
I'm interested, honestly. Like, I can see, like, wasn't there, like, speculation of, like, oh, there'd be a mini art fight in December or something, and then they never did anything?
I don't remember.
No.
But they had a survey where it was like,
really?
If there were to be a big event to happen, would you prefer December or January? And everyone was like, oh my god, art fight in December?
I feel like they're just edging us.
You cannot say that, Damie.
I can say that.
It's Damie's podcast. I'm afraid that he can, in fact, say that.
It's also Clem's podcast. You could stop me from saying it.
It's not my podcast.
I'm not going to stop you from saying it.
See, there we go. So I can say art fight is.
I get to be appalled, but I could be kicked off, so who knows?
Yeah, no, you're here forever.
No.
Can you put like a stone statue of me in the background?
On the next.
I should. I'll do that.
What?
I'll make a shrine.
Yes.
I haven't drawn the background yet, so.
I would be so honored.
That'd be awesome.
But put just the foam figure.
Oh,
Just the
true.
foam
Wait,
finger.
yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I don't think they would have another event. Honestly, with how the mods have worked on this one, I don't think they could stand to do a winter event.
Also my thought, but I was gonna say I think I can see them or I could see them in a better world, testing it out. You know, 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for a winter event? I feel okay. The hard part, and I also feel like I have to walk on eggshells with this because I did get a warning in the server for saying things, so I don't like saying things on the site now. But
oh no.
I would say I think that the way that Artfight is coded would make it very hard for 3 teams to exist.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure. It's all based off
that.
of a 2-team system, so they would have to
hypothetically, it shouldn't be that hard. But if I had to take a guess, it might be very hard for Artfight specifically.
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sorry to the coders. Not really. Well, sorry for what they have to work
Clem said
with.
it, not me.
Nate is rising.
What are they gonna do?
Forever.
Ban me from the Discord? I don't even use it.
I haven't. I've only heard from Nate.
Yeah,
Pika's
to Nate.
Pika's not been around, which honestly, good for her. She needs a rest year, at the very least a year.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if people soft retired though.
Honestly, I remember hearing
so
it was a year ago where they were like, "Hey, we're looking for paid dev positions." Okay, not a year ago because that was when everything went down, but around a year ago where they were like, "Hey, we're looking for paid dev positions," and in recent news posts they were like, "Hey, so the things we want to implement, we want to do we want a paid person to do," and it's did you not?
Well, they're
hire
still
anyone?
looking for one.
What happened?
I don't know. I think
I'd be very curious.
If I had to guess, well, the interesting thing is actually, I'm not sure. I feel like they have a lot of requirement. The hiring process for team stuff in general is kind of a little odd to me because there's a lot of it honestly feels still very small scale, and I feel like it's interesting to me that they've updated a lot of their I think their news posts are very professional now, and it seems like they're trying to have a more professional air. But for almost all of their team stuff, it feels still very secretive, very oh, you have to know the right people, you have to be in the community. And I think especially for devs, it's you can't really be looking within the Artfight community if you're trying to find a paid dev who does this as their job.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. It's the Artfight Mafia is looking for just some guy. Not Mafia.
Yeah.
That carries some implications, but the slightly less threatening Mafia.
Forget about it.
Exactly.
The Mafia.
They've almost hit their second. Haven't they almost hit their second donation goal?
They have.
Yeah, they have. But they've really slowed down on donations. I've noticed this. It used to be
well, it did
200,000 a day, and now it's 200 a day.
Well, probably because it was just at the beginning of Artfight. If I had to,
I have a feeling there might be
20,
a big.
I misspoke. 20,000. My bad, G.
Okay, I was about to say 200,000.
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know why. I was thinking of zeros.
I didn't even process the number you were saying, so I couldn't.
Holy shit.
I was just okay, you're saying numbers.
That's some point gap type shit.
It is some point gap type shit.
I feel like there might be a big donations increase towards the end of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
I was
also on
that,
August,
but it's not
1st.
been that way.
Well, but I think on August 1st because people think it's over.
Oh, good point. Good point.
I think it's interesting they extended it.
Yeah.
I was so surprised.
I was surprised too because I honestly didn't have any site issues.
I had no site issues. I tried to find site issues. I literally, when the thumbnail thing was when the upload submission thing was happening, I was trying so hard to find a device that I would get an error on, and I couldn't get any errors.
I remember you were even like, "Can I have the login for Gong?"
Yeah, I was trying to use Gong's account.
I remember hearing about Gong.
Gong. Or speedrun.
I love Gonk. Gonk is just gonna be... I gotta put Gonk in the background.
You do. You have to put Gonk somewhere.
But wait, so the extension was specifically for the upload submission issues, right? It wasn't for the fight downtime at the beginning? Because it wasn't really down.
They said it was for like the slight downtime at the beginning, and also because of like all the random maintenance times where they were like, hey, we're taking down the site, and then people were like, the site's down, and they're like, we know.
Wait, really? They actually did it for the downtime at the beginning was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, my thought, like, someone asked me, like, oh, I wish they would extend it, and I was like, sorry, that's not happening, because it hasn't happened in, like, 3 years, and then I was like, I owe you $10.
Well, generally, like, the way that downtime used to work is they would extend it for however long the site was down. So I was like, if we get an extension, it'll be like a 2-hour extension.
Yeah, it was so nothing burger.
It really was.
Wild. I mean, I don't care. I don't mind it.
Hey,
maybe it'll
gives me more time to work on stuff, you know?
Yeah, I haven't been very productive, but it's kind of like, at least I get some days, and I could do some extra attacks during August. If maybe my brain will like not register it as artfight, and it won't be as taxing to do.
I'm planning on submitting all my stuff. I'm trying to have all my stuff ready to submit on August 1st, and then I can just do duels for the last like 3 days.
Beautiful. I might have to cancel my participation in duels for the rest of the month.
That's fine.
I mean, it's slowing down in general, like artfight is, and I'm also just kind of like, I need to do artfight things.
Yeah.
And duels took
also,
so much of me.
I think I'm gonna put like a thing where you get some points for any artfight attacks you do during the end period. So
okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I've been looking at the end game bounty board. It's very cool. I like your little guys.
Thank you.
Oh, I gotta look at the end game bounty board.
I put new guys up. There's new guys up.
There's new guys. Oh my goodness.
I've been working on a sculpture, like a clay sculpture, like with a bunch of other stuff. I can't detail it just in case that person is listening, but it's pretty cool. I think I'm looking straight at it right now. But this is the 3rd sculpture I've made for Artfight, and they're all friendly fires.
Oh my god.
Yalleh.
It's okay, they get some points.
They do.
They do. I don't really care about points, but it's just like, it hurts my soul.
It gets disheartening. Yeah.
Am I the only one who... No, you go.
Sorry. It counts because they're all friends, so it's like, you know, it's true.
Yeah.
It's my friend.
I was gonna say... am I the only one who, like, I'm not affected by friendly fire at all, because I just take the number and then I put it into a calculator and I multiply by 5 and I'm like, okay, well, that's how many points I get.
If only I was smart enough to do that. I just kind of see the number and I'm like, god damn, and then I just go away.
That's so funny.
I don't like, because it'll annoy me, but not enough that I like ever really do anything about it. So I'm just like,
does it even register as friendly fire usually, other than like the little sticker it has on it saying friendly fire? Because I'm like, whoa, this is more than 0 points. That's something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, remember when friendly fire was fucking nothing?
That's crazy.
People are always like, I'm so sad friendly fire is only 20 points. It should be at least 50. And I like to tell people, hey, it used to be 0.
0.5.
Well, I feel like people don't understand. I feel like they need to update the team cards to get rid of the I do or don't do friendly fire, because I feel like the 0 points was why people didn't do friendly fire. But now that it has points...
Like, some people, like, they don't prioritize friendly fire, but that doesn't mean... I don't see that as much either.
I see none of it at all anymore.
I've seen some people do it.
I mean, I see some people who are hardcore do it, but...
Oh, yeah. I've seen some people on the site saying, like, on their profile, I'm okay with friendly fire, and I don't understand with, like, receiving.
That's always very funny. Who would not be okay with receiving friendly fire?
Well, okay, if you always revenge...
okay.
And you feel bad that you can't draw back for them.
Okay, good point.
We got good
but still. I just feel like it doesn't really matter anymore. I think the other thing is, like, I do... Let me start over.
Okay.
I was gonna say, when I first joined, kind of the expectation is that you would do mostly revenges, or you would try to be revenging people. You know? But I feel like what I see more now these days are people who are like, it's totally fine if you don't do all your revenges, just draw whatever you want, which is totally fine, it really is. But I feel like it creates like a culture of like, I don't know, because when I was a newbie, it was like, oh, I can like push myself, you know, and like it's easy for me to be able to find characters to draw if somebody is attacked me and I'm just looking at their characters. I don't know, maybe that's like, I'm not one of those people who's like, everybody should have to revenge everything, like, or anything like that, but I feel like the culture has shifted.
It's still important to like, it definitely, there's less of an emphasis on how revenges are important, which is strange because they always have been for me.
Yeah, me too.
Usually I can't get to all of them anymore because there's
same.
It's hard, but like I still
for revenging
intentionally
less,
try.
honestly.
I do too, but like, it's either I only do revenges. I feel like that's how it feels.
No,
like
literally,
it's like sometimes I feel like I'm gonna
that.
only do revenges if I do like revenges, like guaranteed. If I feel like so, I just try to.
2022, I like only did revenges, so like I tried to cool off on that in 2023, and now I'm just like, what do I revenge?
That's
you know,
I think the best thing about duels, well, it's actually interesting because, you know, I was very focused on doing like sort of meaningful pieces or interesting pieces last year.
Yes, you were.
And this year I thought I was going to do that again, but I feel like it's so hard to find characters that I connect with like that actually truly inspire me to do stuff like that.
No, I agree.
I literally didn't do any. Like I there's one that I'm doing for you, Clem, which is like okay, well, it's kind of like I could put anybody in it, but it makes sense that it's you. So,
okay, I see.
But yeah, it's just like I think there's maybe one piece I did, but it's just so hard. One Piece? Don't get me started.
Sorry, I don't know anything about One Piece. I just know that you're into One Piece lately, so I was like, oh my god.
Damie love One Piece.
Damie love One Piece.
You should put like a Luffy shrine in the new background.
Oh, no, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I would get mercilessly bullied.
Aww.
No, it's okay. I love Luffy. I love Luffy, man.
I cannot name a single other character. I don't know anything about it.
There are too many characters. There's many
characters.
There's
a lot of them.
The Luffy 2.
Luffy.
Luffy 2? Oh my god.
You're the guy who looks like Luffy.
I mean, there's a guy who looks like Luffy.
I was gonna say something, and this is entirely... No, I've just entirely forgotten.
No, sorry, not revenge.
Sorry.
Lore pieces.
Lore pieces, yes. I can't find characters with bios.
Oh my god, that's so real.
Guys, I will look so hard, and there will be like, I'll find this design, and I'm like, whoa, this design is so cool, and it's like a story character. I know it is, because I'm like, there's no way this design, there's so many details, it's like, I can tell that this is someone's story character. And then I look in the bio, and there's either nothing, or it's like pronouns, and that's age.
Not the pronouns bio.
And then like...
pronouns bio.
I love pronouns, but please put more. At least put their age. At least put their age.
At least, yeah. Well, I just mean sometimes I'll see like only pronouns are age, gender, and then sometimes I see like can draw with this character, and that's always the worst because like can draw with this character, but they don't elaborate like what their relationship is.
Okay, my pet peeve is when they don't have the heights. Like I don't know how tall they are.
That's
hard though. I don't know. I feel like if they don't specify height, I assume they're the same height.
I get that.
I don't notice when there's no heights mentioned most of the time.
Same. I mean, it's nice for mass attacks specifically. Like when I was doing the Help Warriors mass attack, I was like, well, I'm just gonna make shit up and it's gonna have to be this. But like, I don't know, for two characters interacting, I kind of just futz it. But that's me.
I get that.
It's nice when the heights are mentioned, though, I will say. if they're like dating or something. I just feel like it's so like I've seen a lot of blank bios, but also they go to like cool looking characters, because I like drawing characters that I think are cool looking, and then they just don't interest me. And I'm like, no, please.
I get that.
That's also painful. I just feel like all the cool looking characters I've been seeing don't have bios at all.
Right? I was looking in my bookmarks, like, what was it? It was like late June, because I was like, I have to save some characters. Yeah. And it was weird because I'd bookmarked like all of these characters. I have like 15 pages, and yet I couldn't find one that I was like, oh yeah, I really vibe with this. I don't know.
Oh no.
No, that's how I'm feeling right now. I don't know. It's really hard because I think, or at least for me, and this is kind of like an external to artfight issue, but I tend to find that when I'm kind of by myself and like, you know, doing my own life stuff without other people and not having like connected experiences, I don't really make as like experience-based art, I guess, which is where a lot of the inspiration for my like lore-based pieces comes from, is like feeling different emotions. But I'm kind of just like vibing by myself right now, so I'm like, I think that's part of why I don't really have the motivation to do the lore-based pieces as much.
Makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, I really get that. I relate to that.
You're the relatable damie. That's what they call him.
Wisdom.
Old Peepaw sitting on his chair.
I like you saying that as Discorp. It's so funny to me.
Discorp is kind of like my Peepaw guy.
He's pretty
old. He's not, but he could be.
He could be.
Old man Discorp.
Who's the Oh god, you have an oldman.com.
I do have an oldman.com.
The bug one? Oh yeah.
Yeah, his name is just Bug.
Oh. I was like, there has to be something more detailed.
No.
It was like the bug one?
Fun.
You're like, yeah, Bug. That's just his name.
I feel like, I don't know, it's weird because I feel like Artfight has, okay, maybe this is the best way to describe it. I feel like the art space of Artfight feels so much more like fan art-y than it used to. And I feel like it's kind of, it's making me lose a little bit of the whimsy that I used to have.
Would you kick me out if I said I feel like that's because of social media?
No, I would not kick you out. I think that's accurate.
Okay. I hate to be like an old man.
So much.
Like, brah, the TikTok kids.
I think it's also just kind of like commodification of art on the internet in general.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Like people be making stuff to like get followers, and it's not really their fault because like
that's kind of the scene.
That's kind of how it be.
Yeah. The world is sad art-wise sometimes.
Yeah. I just like, that's why I like duels, because I like just drawing, like, the comics are so fun. I really like getting to draw little interaction comics.
The comic interactions are very cute. I like your comic interactions that you do.
Because, I don't know, I just have had a lot of fun, like, making stuff up for those, and so, like, I'm like, I definitely gotta make more interaction-based games.
Yeah, this might just be, like, my worry, but I don't know, I think my worry with duels has been, like, I worry that my attack will be, like, soulless because I'm just trying to get, like, points for my faction. Because I feel like that applies more on, like, a small-scale thing, and maybe that's just me, but that's been a little bit of my anxiety, you know? Like, I don't want to make it look like, oh, I just randomly picked your character and did a comic because I wanted, like, the yellow point.
Yeah, I think, like, actually that's something really interesting, and it's really cool for me, at least, like, trying to look at what Artfight does and look at, like, the values that Artfight is trying to promote or ends up kind of inadvertently promoting in their game, and then trying to, like, see how it's different in duels, or, like, what could be different. And I totally get that. I think part of it is acknowledging that it is more focused on the game. Like, Artfight, I think, has come to a point where it's more about the art now than the game.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, I really like getting, like, detailed pieces of my characters, even though they don't have bios, which is a separate issue. But they're like, oh, I want people to, like my characters for who they are. Whereas I think in duels, I kind of like it because it's nice for me to be like, oh, I think you're a cool person. You know, we're on the same team, or maybe we're on opposite teams, and you know, I like you, so I want to just draw something where we're doing something together. Like, that's kind of the way I see it. So it's not about like the effort as much. It's kind of more low stakes, I guess.
I like that. I vibe with that. I want to do a few before Artfight ends.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking about my forum so much and not about Artfight on the Artfight podcast.
This is actually just propaganda.
This is propaganda.
Okay, but I was listening to the last 2 episodes, and I'm not upset, but I was just like, oh, this isn't Artfight anymore. This is just like the chat corner, and I was just playing The Sims. I was listening to it in the background. I was like, I love hearing about the K-pop incident.
Okay, well, our the one where we draw, we almost never talk about Artfight. I don't think we've talked about Artfight in the past years on that one.
Actually,
that one's just our talking one.
Didn't you have me on like right after the drawing episode last time too?
Yeah, I was trying to mirror that.
Oh, right. I
didn't even realize
it could have been intentional, but I was like, oh no, it was a coincidence.
It was mildly intentional, but also, I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the date and I said, oh fuck, we have to record 2 episodes, and then I was like, we need to get Yalleh on.
You just grabbed me by my arm out of my habitat, and you were like, get on the podcast.
Well, I'm glad you said yes, because I Discorded you like yesterday. I was like, please have them beat up.
I would never say no. I would move stuff around my schedule to be on this podcast.
Oh, so sweetness. Yeah. Well, we're not very good Artfight podcasters anymore. I'm not.
No.
Honestly, okay, I was going to talk about this. I was going to talk about this next episode.
Oh.
But like, I don't know if there's that much to Artfight podcast about anymore.
I was thinking that, I'll be honest. I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer, but
I agree. It's hard. It's kind of, we're just kind of saying the same things a lot.
Well, I feel like there's not as much community around it in the same way.
And it happens when things get big. Like, it's just kind of inevitable, which is really sad. But it's like, I don't know, I think a part of me is missing. And it's like, it sounds so dramatic for like an art game that's been going on.
It is, though.
It
is.
It
is. It's like you've been doing this for only 1 year less than we have. Like, which is really fucking long. I just gonna say the amount of years, but I couldn't think, so I just.
For me, it's 7. That's like
7.
That's like most of when I was like a conscious human being.
Yes,
I played Artfight.
Honestly,
because I'm only 19. Like that was a lot of my. You're old. Damie's old, guys. Get this guy. Blow this guy up.
Get this guy.
Mods, can we ban him? He's 20.
It's actually like an average Artfight interaction in the Discord. Okay, I will say, if we just turned into Artfight Discord commentators and just talked about like our takes on the discourse, there's so much bad takes in Gen 1. It's really funny to me.
Okay, but the thing, my only gripe is the commenting discourse. Like, I totally understand feeling bad if you don't get a comment. Like, that is valid. But when people are like, this person has been online and they haven't given me a comment, it's like,
mad.
I have so little energy this year. I have not commented on stuff from the 5th. Please, patience.
I put on my profile like, I'm like, I am getting to comments, you know, like I've seen it, I like it, I'm trying to write good comments. So.
Yes, I want to write good comments, that's the thing, because people are like, I would like even a thank you, and I think you said earlier, you would not. You would much prefer like a cool, detailed comment.
Yeah. I think it's interesting, because I remember, I think in the points episode, we talked about like playing for comments instead of playing for points. And that was like a different time.
It was.
Like, that was in a time where you could say like, oh, like, you know, be happy about comments, because people weren't weird about comments back then, and now people are weird about comments.
I've seen people get on this like weird moralistic like virtue signaling thing where they're like, oh, but I don't want to make it look like I like an attack more than I like another attack that I got. And it's like, no, that's totally okay. That is called an opinion.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's fine actually.
Like, it's not like a moral failing on your part to leave a longer comment on one thing than another.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, honestly, there are some times when I'll look at, you know, people's attacks and see, like, compare their comments, but I think it's kind of an asshole thing to do. I think that's getting into the point where
I don't think it's an asshole thing to do, but I think it's just like kind of like looking for an excuse to be mad. Not to be that guy, but like
I think it's just a little, like, to me it kind of feels similar to just like being kind of invasive about people, I guess, like being like, oh, I didn't like that very much. What did you do for other people? You like them more than me? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't totally think there's an issue, especially if, like, sometimes they're more lore-based. Sometimes it feels more personal to the character.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons someone can just give a longer comment. Sometimes you might just have more thoughts. If they're your friend, it's so easy to write a longer comment for my friends because sometimes like half of it will be key smashes. Like I'll be in agony. Like, I can say I'm screaming and I'm crying and I'm actually gonna throw up and die. But I can't say that if they're just like a stranger. They'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I think like you don't know if they're commenting on a friend's attack or a stranger's attack either. Like, I know a lot of people on Artfight now. A lot of the people that attack me out of the blue are people that I know. But like, if you look at it and you're like, "Wow, Damie, he's such a popular artist. Look at all these attacks that he gets." I'm like, I've attacked all these people for like the past 2 years. Like, we just do this every year, you know?
Speaking of being like a popular artist, I was really worried that I would get like, I don't want to say bombarded because I don't think I would have, but I was worried I'd have like I just perpetually have like a 45% ratio, but I don't. And I'm kind of glad about that because I just have like low energy, so it's like, I'm glad I'm not just randomly being sniped.
That's beautiful. People are randomly sniping me.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Well,
but like,
my condolences.
I mean, it's awesome.
Or well, I mean, congratulations also because you made
I just feel bad because I don't have the energy to revenge people, but that's another reason I really like duels is because it means that I'm going to be able to draw for people like that just on the off season. So
okay, this might be a weird take, but I think I would prefer Artfight a lot more if there was like a culture of like revenging for your friends. Like someone attacked your friend and you could like
cute,
attack the person. Because I feel like I would have so much more energy if like someone attacked my friend. Other than like, I don't know why. I just prefer doing stuff for other people. I'm kind of bored of Artfight. I want new things.
I know, that's why. Yeah, I think it really is just for me that Artfight is. I miss when there was like a planning side to things for Artfight, where I was like, oh, I'm gonna do some of these attacks like this and some of them like this so that I can get points, and I'm gonna try and do this so that I can get points and experiment with this. And it's like now it doesn't really matter that much, and it's more like I just end up kind of doing whatever, which is good in some cases because like I don't feel like I have to color everything. Like finally I've broken free of the Artfight makes me color everything because I'm just too tired to color things. But yeah, I don't know.
I think last year I was like, oh, points don't matter, but in like a fun, relaxed way. And in this year I'm like, points don't matter in like a sad way.
Yeah.
Oh
no. Not like super sad, but just like okay. You know, like I've resigned.
Yeah.
I see.
I think, I feel like we haven't talked about this for a while, but like, I think we talked about it at the beginning. Or maybe when we had our minigames episode. But like, a question that's very much on my mind all the time is like, how much do you think of this is Artfight changing versus like us getting old people?
I was thinking that.
Question.
I remember seeing you in chat being like, what is deeping? Am I old?
Okay, no one's ever used that word.
I don't know what deeping is either.
That? What is
no, I think Qroft is a person on the Discord. They're cool. Shout out Qroft. They also have like, they keep getting like dogpiled in Gen 1. I feel so bad. I'm pretty sure I DM'd them because they were getting dogpiled so hard for having a good opinion. And then we just started talking. But no, they were like saying, I think they just made up that word. I'm not sure if anybody else uses it. But it was like
I've never heard it before. But
I've never heard it before either.
I didn't know what brat was. Like my parents knew what brat was before I did. I
didn't know the coconut tree. I didn't know the coconut tree thing.
What?
But I knew brat.
What are the words? I know brat.
It's like a Twitter thing.
Oh, I'm not on Twitter, that's why.
I'm also, well, I'm kind of on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter like that.
Damie, you gotta renounce your badge.
There's good art on Twitter, what can I say?
Well, what was the thing that you were Dr. the person? What did you say?
What was I saying?
The deeping?
Yeah, what is
Oh, yeah, it's like reading into stuff too much, is what, like making it deep.
Oh.
It's like
I've never heard that before.
I've never heard it.
Well, I think didn't Damie say they probably just made it up?
I think they might have made it up, but like I kind of fuck with that. Like that's kind of awesome.
I fuck with the word. It's a good word to make up.
I don't think I would use it because It
sounds a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, it sounds like I was gonna say. Okay, Okay, you know the word that is synonymous with henchman that people turned into a word to mean the other thing?
Yes.
It gives that vibes. It's like I don't want to use the word deep for that. I don't know why.
Dude, I kept thinking it was. This is so off topic. I kept thinking it meant henchman for so long, and people in my chat when I was streaming were saying it, and I was like,
no!
I was reading it because I was like, oh, like what? What do you mean, like being a little henchman? And then they were like, my chat was like, some of my other chat was like screaming at you to stop.
That's fucked up. I remember that. I was like, no!
It was so bad. I literally didn't think of it. I literally thought it meant cartoon henchman.
It does mean cartoon henchman. Close your eyes, Clem. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. We're old. It's chill.
Yes, it's so
I'm not
chill.
that old, okay?
Fine.
I know what deeping is.
It's
a great word. I'm
sorry.
I just want to make it very clear. I'm not making fun of this word. It's genuinely. I was like, it's just the first time I've ever had a word used in Artfight Gen 1 that I didn't know. When I tried to look it up, I couldn't find the answer to what it was.
Okay, not to get political on the pod. You can cut this out if you want. It's not particularly political, but the funniest thing that I can say happened to me in the Artfight Discord. I was just like lurking in general one day, and they were like, "They shot Trump," and I was like, "What?" Sorry,
I remember that.
Like I learned about it because of Artfight General, and I can never go back in time. I can never.
I think one of my favorite messages, because the mods, I will say, you know, at least they just delete political messages. That's one thing the mods do this year. But I remember just going into chat and seeing DKTR say Joe Biden fell out of a coconut tree, and then they didn't say anything else after that.
Part of me was like, "Oh hell yeah," and the other part was like, "This is Artfight General. Are they?"
I know, it's like this is Artfight General. Yeah, they could be saying anything in there. It's Artfight General. I was gonna say. There you go.
It reminded me of the. Okay, I don't know anything about anything. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was gonna say the right word, but I don't know anything about anything. But it reminded me of like they hit the Pentagon thing.
Yeah, that's how it feels sometimes in Artfight chat.
Sorry, continue.
I was gonna say, Artfight General has like the worst discourse this year. Apparently, they had discourse about like whether or not children should be allowed in museums.
I saw that.
What? Why?
And to me, it felt such like I don't know. So it felt such like I don't like loud, whiny kids in my space. And they were talking about how it was like, well, the kids don't understand the art anyway. And it's like, no, have you heard of like being exposed to things you don't understand? It's kind of like a human psychology thing that's like fundamental to our existence.
It's just so like people used to like, oh, you know, one thing that like the community is unhealing. You know that one person who always used to post like, art fighters, if your OC was a cereal, what cereal would your OC be? And then they would get like 1 million ping replies. They post and nobody ping replies. It's so sad.
Oh, you're right. I
Bobo.
miss
I think is their
the
name.
OC questions in the off topic. I miss them.
Oh, off topic's so bad. Off topic's like
Off topic is so bad. Why did they have to kill my home?
it's like, do you want to see iFunny memes? Go to off topic.
Really? See people talking about like an obscure indie video game and also sending like Skibbity Toilet.
No.
And like the Mr. Peabody gift.
I hate the Mr. Peabody gift
Sorry.
so much.
I know it's a touchy point for you. I'm sorry.
And that one video of the talking Tom.
Oh my god. Oh, they just post like the same images. Or when people repost stuff too all the time. Like also like characters has fallen. It's just like target hunting 2.0.
Oh right. Okay, to have like a actual talking point. Sorry, that feels rude.
Of course, no. Go on.
I was thinking about the mini games and how you all
yes.
had like mini games origin. I didn't know that. That's so cool. But
Oh yeah.
are you excited for the mini games this year? I'm kind of looking
I'm not
forward
gonna
to
play
them
them.
coming back. I feel like I'll be excited for them now and then never play them. You know what I mean?
I
just
might
don't
do
play
design
them anymore. Sorry, Dame.
I was gonna say I might do design for the person above you once or twice, but
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
they're not I feel like calling them mini games is a little bit generous.
Is it? Give me your thoughts.
I don't know. I just think it's more of like it's like a facilitated trade in a way, a randomized trade.
It's an interesting take.
Because like I feel like to have it, or I do feel like I mean like the guess games are a little bit more like that, and I think featured character was also more of a game. Like featured character is kind of cool, but I like got scared. I was like, I want to play featured character, but I like don't want my character to be featured.
That is. Oh my god! I think I would be a nightmare. I've seen featured character. I used to participate in it, and then I know they moved to like they're their own separate thing now. They're their own.
Yeah, with like
game.
with Biscuit and Denny's.
Yeah, and I love them and I support them, and I think that's
they sound really
cool.
They're
awesome people.
I don't have energy.
I would actually cry if I like in a bad way if I ever won a featured character. It would be so stressful.
Like what character would I put?
What character would I put? How do I reply to everybody?
Oh my god!
Right?
I didn't even think about the replies.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I would cry in a bad way. It would be the like having to reply to people. I know there's also like I don't know if it's a standard thing that people do, but I know that people will like draw for all the people that get do sometimes.
No,
I've seen some people do that.
I've seen some people do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like in the culture.
It's not in the culture,
or if
really.
Okay, I was gonna
it's just
say
like a little bonus thing.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I was gonna say that would be really scary if it was.
Speaking of replies, I'm kind of worried that like there will be like culture bleed from the Artfight site to the minigames, because I feel like the minigames were like there used to be like a lot bigger comments that you would see more than just like, oh, this is so cute, thank you so much, because it was like they were often bigger pieces. Like you rarely got like super tiny doodles because of the like I don't know the requirements. And also because you could like there was not like a revenge culture. Yeah. But I'm worried that there will just be like a leak of the like, oh, this is so cute, thank you so much. And like no shade to those comments, but it just kind of feels a little bit sad when you spent like 4 hours on a piece and you get like a 1-minute comment.
I will say, so like I was in the boardwalk for a while. I played some of the games that they had, and like their comment game is like scary. Like they go so hard on comments. Like they write genuine like paragraphs because they like all know each other, or like people know each other. And I'm over here like I don't really go here, like you know.
I feel that.
And I feel like that's more like how minigames feels to me. Like in terms of comments, like there are some people. Oh, okay. And if you're from the boardwalk and you give those comments, they're awesome. They're so fucking cool. Like, they really, really are very nice. It's almost like as nice as having someone draw for you, like, to say all that stuff. But like, I can't match that. It's too much.
Real, I understand. I'm able to write comments like that for my girlfriend. Like, and that might
I could
be
verbally. If I did text to speech.
Oh please! I was thinking about that, honestly. I was like, what if I just like went wild?
That'd be kind of funny, actually. I've never used text to speech ever.
I haven't either. Sorry to get totally off topic, but I once read this article about how like a lot of Gen Alpha is using the text to speech function to write essays, and I'm like, I could never. Sorry, what?
Wow.
Oh, actually, I will say, my English major roommate would do that because they had to read a lot and write a lot, and they would just like outline their whole essay like in a voice app and then just write the whole thing from that.
Oh my god.
They had to write a lot though.
Okay.
I function so much better in writing. Like,
Same.
I kind of sound awkward here, but I get my thoughts out so much. Sorry, thank you. But I get my thoughts out so much better in writing. Like, I think you've seen me go off talking about like the culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think minigames are definitely. I worry more, less about the comments, more about like people being like, not finishing their claims, and people being like, well, you didn't draw something that I like.
Oh no.
I don't want to make more things toxic in Artfight, please. There's enough toxicity. Please. I want an escape.
It's not that it's gonna get toxic, it's like the roots are toxic, and like the leaves are gonna be toxic too.
Oh no.
I get what you're saying. I remember a time when it was normal, so I'm just like, I'm sad about that. Like, Artfight and the minigames in general.
I miss normal. But, you know, I think...
normal.
I don't know. I think, back to, like, the old person question, for me, there's definitely some of it that's old person. But it gets harder and harder to talk to people on the Discord.
It does.
Like, I will say that. And...
I think, sorry to interrupt, but I think the three-way triangle is, like, the culture is actually shifting, and then the top... Or that's the left point, and then the top point is we are old, and the right point on the bottom is like the server is just so huge that obviously it's going to change. You know, like it's just like a mass number kind of thing. Like any big server would have these issues.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting because I didn't snag any people into Starfield this year, which my little friend server, and. Well, I mean, I did meet some people from Help Warriors, so it's not like I didn't meet people I didn't know. But I feel like there's just less... It's way harder to make good connections, because people keep showing, like, worse sides of themselves in Gen chats.
God.
I think it's just, like, a culture of, like, you have to do something, like... against the grain to meet people. Like you gotta be active in the help channels or something, you know? Like you gotta put your foot forward that isn't your spamming in Gen chat foot.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know, Clem, you're a non-Discord. I think you've kind of said that you thought it's the same though, right?
Do tell.
I'm thoughtless, man. I don't know. The Discord is definitely different. I mean, I peek in there sometimes. It seems scarier. Like,
yeah.
I can't really say in what way is it different because I'm just like never in there. I just know
like the site experience though.
Oh, the site experience. I have said that it's pretty much the same, but it is different. I feel like the site experience is harder, which is funny to say, because I just I can't find characters with good bios ever, and I like drawing for strangers, but I can't find. I feel like in the past, I found so many characters with like full bios, their story and everything, and it was easy to find characters like this. And I don't know, this is my theory, and I don't know if it holds any truth to it, even a little bit.
On.
I think it's part of the TikTokification, you see. It's part of the people, they're doing the fan artification of Artfight. They don't talk about their character stories. They're from TikTok, and they put in a reference, and they're like, this is what I need for Artfight. Yeah. And they don't write the bios. They don't write the bios of their fucking characters.
No,
I'm interested in that.
Agree.
I might like write a tiny essay on that in the comments.
Whoa.
Yeah. I feel like one thing that's also very interesting that is site related is that I was talking in the Discord, because I think it's definitely that. I think you're completely on the nose about like why people aren't doing that. I'd be interested to see if those characters are posted this year or posted other years though, also. Like the ones that you find with no bios.
This is true.
But one of the things, one of the things that was interesting is there was a person talking about permissions, and they were like, "Oh, well, I don't mind what people do with my characters, so I leave my permissions blank."
I remember that.
And I was like, you should really put stuff in your permissions just to say that you're okay with certain things, because, I don't tend to draw characters, with no permissions, because I'm like, well, they probably have permissions that, like, they're hidden permissions. And I feel like there's so many people who just assume that people are inferring things about them or their characters this year. Like, I'm not psychically getting this info from you. You have to write it down for me to know it.
My favorite global permissions are ones that just say, like, get freaky style, I don't care. Like, okay.
That's fine. That's honestly better than no permissions.
That is.
Honestly, it is.
But
no permissions makes me feel like you forgot that was a thing. Like, I don't...
Exactly.
Like, did you not see the setting, or didn't know how Artfight works, or you knew?
Yeah, it's like new user type beat.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like having a no bio character or no permissions, like global permissions, kind of just reads to me as like you probably do have stuff you would say, but you just don't know that it exists. So
I spent so long redoing my bios, and I came to terms with the fact that like no one would see them this year even, and like I'm chill with that. I didn't do much attacking this year, which I'm fine with. But also like part of it is just like for myself, because I don't really have like character bios elsewhere. I kind of gave up on that when I gave up on my toy house.
Fair.
But like I started writing them in like April. I swear to God, like I've just been chipping away at them very slowly. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't know if people are even going to read this, because it's like 2 paragraphs. I don't think people want to read.
I have a conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is that like someone somewhere introduced into the Artfight brainwaves that like people don't read bios, and then everybody stopped doing bios more because they're like, oh, well, people don't read them anyway, so I don't have to, like, deal with them that much. But the reality is that, like, most people need bios to do things with characters, because otherwise, like, how are you going to draw them?
I like that theory. Actually, what if I did a little bit of math on this? Because you're the math guy. What if I, like, did a bunch of random character buttons, and I, like, saw how many had, like... What if I, like, averaged the word count of each
word count to attacks.
No, but like, actually, that'd be interesting too. But I mean, like the average.
Just average word count.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Maybe do it by
like
year.
How many have bios?
Bios to year. Like I wonder if older characters. Yeah. I mean, there's a character I drew for duels, which was just a character with a giant middle finger, like a simple shaped character, and it did have a bio. It just said, this is Smoochy, he has the finger of power. And I was like, that's a better bio than some bios I've read.
I love that.
That's it.
His finger of power.
I love it when...
We have the finger of power as a guest.
I love it when Clem's laugh like cuts in and out. Like you're coming up gasping for air.
Literally. I'm dying. You're killing me.
Yeah, you're like you're just gone, and then it's like
That's really funny.
Oh wait, Yalleh's here. Do you have any graphs you want to show us?
Oh, yalleh.
I don't.
What?
Oh no, what?
Because
What?
I was so unprepared yesterday. I don't
that's
have the
fine.
book. I don't have my
No,
graphs.
that's okay.
I should.
The comment
I
Bible.
said the comment Bible. I said I was gonna make a graph about like the hit list thing.
Oh
but
yes.
I never did, and I'm kind of scared to
okay,
now.
It's gonna be hard to do that.
Yeah,
like,
because I actually don't know if Discord like logs the same amount of messages per page in like the search thing, or if it depends on the length of the message. You know what I mean?
oh yes, I think it's the same. I want to say it's the
I
same.
would I would
maybe
think
not.
it's the same, but I don't know. And I'll do it eventually because I like grass. You know me.
Yeah, we love graphs.
We love grass. We love grass here.
Hashtag
Graphs.
pod lover. Hashtag graph lover.
I did my first points graph this year.
Whoa.
Which I feel like honestly it's kind of funny because watching it just made me feel like people were cheating more.
Oh my god.
I did kind of nothing else, which is fascinating.
I remember like looking at the attacks and being like, where are you hiding? Like, where are the
Yeah.
points coming from?
I guess it's just nowhere.
The
But
void.
it's
It's
weird
the
because I
spectators
think
all
like
along.
I think on average it's like people do kind of I'd be interested to see if they're like Stardust was doing like bigger attacks because I don't think they're doing more attacks. You know?
Maybe.
But maybe they are, I don't know. It'd be
Okay,
fun
this
if
might-
Artfight had a page like that.
This might be like my little conspiracy theory also, but
Oh.
not to bring up like the TikTokification of Artfight, but I am like fascinated by that.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of people, or I used to see a lot of people like earlier this year talking about like, oh, have you seen this work in progress mass attack on TikTok? And it's just like a art fight culture thing on TikTok of like they know the mass attacks that are being worked on. Because it's like a smaller community than like the entire art fight Discord. You know what I mean? It's like what the art fight Discord used to be, except a little bit twisted and evil.
Huh. Interesting.
And it's like I think that's like spreading around like, oh, if you want to get into art fight, mass attacks are the thing you do, which I have mixed opinions on.
God.
Just
That's scary. I don't like that.
I'm a little bit scared. I'm nervy.
very.
I mean, I haven't really done mass attacks before this year because I didn't really have a purpose, like a reason to
Exactly.
do
Me too. Me too.
that. But then I just had a lot of friends, and I was like, well, if I want to draw them all, I have to make a mass attack.
Exactly. Clem, have you done mass attacks?
No.
That's fair.
I don't know why. I just no, I've never done a mass attack. I don't know why.
That's so
I
fair.
just
That
they're
is fair.
a lot of energy, and I am a low energy person, I guess.
God, yeah.
Same here. Most of
I
mine have
love-
been like silly, and like I just tossed them out because I had like a burst of inspiration.
I will
man.
say, doing uncolored mass attacks is healing.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Like, you just have to draw, like, you just have to draw it and you don't have to worry about anything else. It's super fast.
I'm kind of a coloring lover. Which I know that that's like the anti to your coloring hater,
I know.
but I don't know. I don't know if I could live with myself not coloring something because it's like it's so fun to me. Even if it's grayscale.
Oh.
Like I think I learned to love grayscale last year, but I haven't done a grayscale attack this year.
Well, I'm glad that it's fun to you and you're not, like, doing it out of obligation or anything, you know?
Yeah.
No, I get that. I feel like if I had, it would be such like a break in the space-time continuum because I've never uploaded anything that was like
No, yeah,
a rough
like,
sketch.
Oh no.
That's the obligation monster.
I know
talking.
it's the obligation monster. Don't look at me. But
Oh no.
Let's see. This is why you do duels, because you don't have to upload them to artfight.
Good
True.
point. I want to do comment attacks. If I could do some comment attacks during the off-season, that'd be so cute.
Yeah.
I love comment attacks because they don't have to go on my profile, and like I don't have to worry about, like, I think the only thing that's kind of weird to me is like, this is the first year I've worried about like what my last attacks are gonna be, like in terms of uploading, because I want my page to be nicer.
That's also my fear.
I'm gonna upload. I have 5 or 6 that I'm like, I'm gonna upload these on the last day. I'll if I want to show them to people, I'll show them earlier, but I just need to upload them on the last day so I can cover up all my other stuff.
I love that.
Man, if artfight let you sort your attacks,
please.
Fuck, that'd be crazy.
I want like a little thing like above the recent attacks bar that's like featured attacks. Because I don't want to replace it, because I kind of like the recent attacks one, I'll be honest. But
I wish there was a recent attacks on season and then a featured attacks off season.
Ooh, I like that. That's a cool idea.
Because then you don't have to like, because there'd be like a button that like would just take you to the recent attacks page, but like off season it would just show like whatever ones you want to. Like for the duels site that I am planning, there's like an option to, you'll be able to like upload something and then you can either have it show in your gallery or not show in your gallery. So if you don't want to show it and you just want to send it to a person, you can still send it to them. It still exists, but it doesn't show up in your user gallery, you know.
Interesting.
It's like lower effort. Or you just want to put it like, you know, because I feel like that's an interesting thing about, you know, artfight is like, because people can see all your things every time and you can't delete anything. There's more of a weight to uploading something. I do like that too.
It feels less like social media. I feel like if it were any higher, it would feel a little bit more like social media, and I do not want the social mediaification of artfight.
I think if they don't add likes, it won't be a social media.
I don't want likes, but I want saves. You know, like I want to be able to privately save this attack so I can look at it later and be like, whoa, this is so cool. Or if I like want to comment on it later, but I don't have the energy right now.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
Like a bookmark, but just for yourself.
You know, one thing that I was thinking about earlier that I think is kind of funny is I kind of don't want bookmark folders.
I'm with you on that. I feel like it would make it odd.
Like, I feel like it would just make me hoard bookmarks, because I'm a hoarder online.
Real. I was thinking earlier. Sorry.
You go. No,
continue.
You go.
Okay, I was thinking earlier about I was gonna put this in a comment, but I just straight up forgot. About how artfight seems to be like, it's weird because there's been this like social mediaification of artfight, but there's also been like followers have been the one thing that's really twisted, because when you follow someone on like Instagram or other social media that I don't use here, I'm guessing it's just like, I want to see your stuff. That's how social media works. But there's never like a expectation of like, this person wants something from me. And I feel like that's kind of, artfight is the only site where a follow could like be like a weird signal. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. There was some person who I was talking with in Gen Chat who was like, they were a Tumblr user. And I was like, oh yeah, I follow like, 900 people on Tumblr or something, whatever. And they were like, I only follow people on Tumblr if I want to commission them.
Oh.
And they exclusively use the For You page on Tumblr. And I was like, I don't think you're getting like the Tumblr experience, because they were like, oh, I don't like it. I want to just like see the art, and artists like post all these like unrelated fandoms and stuff. And I'm like, just follow their art only blog or like block the tags. And they're like, I didn't know I could do that. I was like, whoa, this is crazy to me.
That is actually insane.
It's the TikTok.
The TikTok. Okay.
Because I was talking about how like, original art. Well, because people were talking about how abstract art like they would or wouldn't like abstract art attacks on Artfight, and I was like, I think no one does that. First off,
the closest thing I see is like logos, or that one guy who was doing the like cool S attacks.
Not the cool S attacks. There's someone for Clem. There's someone doing cool S attacks, like you know the S that you draw as a kid.
Yeah, the Stussy.
But they were marking them all as full bodies.
No.
And like it's almost definitely a base.
No.
It was so funny to observe, though. I'll be honest.
It's really funny.
Because we saw someone get sniped in real time.
Oh, did they get reported? No.
No, they didn't get reported, but Movin, how would you pronounce their name? Movin, was like, no, I got hit, and then just showed a link of the S.
Wait, really? I didn't realize they got. Yeah. That's so funny. That's like that's like if the diver fetish person like attacked me. I don't even know what I would do. I would just be like, well, this exists now, I guess.
This
like, do you
on the
report
cyberspace.
it? Like, what do you? I mean, I think it would just be funny is the thing. Like, that's like if the big hands, big feet guy attacked me. I'd be like, this is just like objectively really funny.
I think I would be like equal parts terrified and equal parts fascinated, but mostly terrified, you know?
Well, because some of these people I was considering just attacking them kind of like as a joke, and not like, okay, I don't mean like in a mean way, but in like a this person isn't really allowed on site, but I think they're kind of funny way. But I never got the courage to attack big hands, big feet guy before he got terminated.
No.
I think it's a good thing that I didn't attack them.
No, I think it's a really bad thing.
Okay, Clem, you can go attack. They still exist out there on the internet. You want to do a trade with big?
They terrified me to a weird degree. I don't know. They gave me weird vibes, other than like the obvious weirdness, but just like the I don't trust you kind of weirdness.
I feel like as long as it's not like inflation, which I have definitely seen inflation people in Artfight.
No.
Like, there's one person who was so active. I don't know if they got banned or they just like stopped coming around, because I don't think, you know, if you get banned, your name goes like white, right? You don't have any roles.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they might have just like left. I hope they don't come back off season, because like I don't know if I can take it. Yeah, some people are, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny, but also I'm like, maybe don't do that on a site full of kids. And by maybe I mean don't do that.
we had creative clash already. Let's just leave that in the past.
We were talking about Creative Clash in the Help Warriors server, and like Creative Clash has better scoring for animation than Artfight does.
Oh my god.
The thing that gets me is arts, like the that you can add to your server. They don't mention Artfight like at all on their site, not for inspiration or credit.
Oh yeah.
You have to, but it's like it's so clear that they're inspired.
Yeah. You know, it was hard trying to name duels, because I was like, it kind of needs to have the word art in it, but if you put the word art and then any term that has anything related to fighting in it, you have to be like, it's not our fight.
You don't call them attacks, you call them moves. Whatever you call them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, attacks. I'm not up to date on the lingo, but like Art Scuffle called them attacks.
They did call them attacks. Yeah, they did. And they also like call them revenges as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But they have a different.
What do you call
them?
They
have a different point system.
Huh.
Right? They have like hit points or something on Art Scuffle.
Huh. I don't know. I didn't look that much into it.
I don't think I could ever play it on Discord. I think Artfight on Discord would be ass. Sorry.
Would hurt me.
I was just thinking about how, like, if Artfight were exclusive to the Discord, I would kind of shrivel up into a raisin.
I feel like
it would feel like you need to be active always, kind of like the minigames, you know?
Yeah.
You have to be active for the minigames, but you know.
People would be way more like ready to DM people. Dumb shit.
Oh no, you're right.
Like, oh my god, it'd be so bad. I feel like once Artfight became a partnered server, it was downhill from there.
Good point. I forgot about that.
I'm surprised they are still a partner, actually.
There's stuff going on because they can't transfer the ownership from Takaya because if they do that, they'll lose the partnership. So she's just kind of sitting in the back.
Really? That's
Yeah.
so funny. I didn't know about that. The yaoi weed. The lonely stoner.
The lonely stoner.
I wanted like a good, the bad, the ugly, like wow 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 in the background right there.
Well, we've been going for a bit here.
Yeah.
Do we have any closing thoughts?
Have fun. Like maximize your funness.
Oh.
No, maximize your evilness. Only play to hurt other people and draw their characters wrong and complain in the Discord and don't dehydrate and shrimp more.
Okay, but my actual closing thoughts are like, I wish there were like more funness in like, I wish there was more funness in revenges. Honestly, like the revenging for your friends and stuff like that, because I feel like that would have more friendliness rather than like I did this out of obligation or like to keep my ratio up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's all.
My closing thought in that vein is I wish people felt more comfortable with PMing on Artfight, PMing each other and like talking with each other in the comments and stuff. I always try and do that because I think it's fun. What about you, Clem?
My closing thoughts?
Yeah.
I'm tired. That's
real as fuck.
Me too.
Our fight's kind of tiring, guys. Not in a like I'm quitting way, just in a I'm tired.
I'm tired and I'm quitting way.
Whoa.
The tired circle.
Damie said,
well, I will say. Oh, sorry, were you gonna say something?
I just said. Damie said I've had enough. That's all I said.
I will say the duels championship is so tiring. There's no way it's gonna be like this next year. Cause like I mean it was fun, but like holy shit, man,
it was pretty tiring.
And we're not even done yet. There's still like 5 days left.
Oh god.
I think weird thought maybe, but if it were chiller and less like hypey, like less you have to keep up with the points, I would maybe play
that's
it
what
more,
it is.
But also I don't know. I know that's like
that's
the
what
whole
it is
point
on the
of
off season. No, like I definitely was like it's very like work in progress. It's not gonna look like this next year during Artfight.
Oh yeah,
sure.
I get that.
Yeah.
I love the concept. I'm just like
it was like holy
so
shit, it was
this year.
No, it was a lot. I mean it's a lot I think even for like me and Elith who were like the main players.
And you are just like grinding. I'm so impressed, honestly. I
mean,
love seeing
both of us have really started like just it's fun to just do stuff that is not good. You know what I mean? Like it's fun to just doodle stuff and find stuff.
Jeez.
And, you know. So, but yeah, I want to do better stuff. But it's kind of like low key. I would rather play that than Artfight sometimes. But it's like, you know, I like playing it and then posting stuff to Artfight because of it.
I get that.
Fun.
I'm in the Artfight stage where I'm like, I'm excited for after Artfight, like the end of the rainbow.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, for next time we should find some mass attacks so that we can do our mass attack review.
Yeah.
Yo.
And just attack review in general. If there's other cool ones, there's some cool ones in ratings that I might go back and snatch because they're
that one carousel one. Sorry,
I was thinking
so
the
impressed
carousel.
by that.
Oh my god.
There's a bunch of good animations too, like animation meme attacks.
I saw one to a Will Wood song that was really cool.
Oh.
I probably saw it. I don't remember it off the top of my head because I don't know Will Wood that well. But
there's the one where like the background changed a bunch in color. Like that's so vague, but I'll find a link
I think
one
I know
day.
the one you're talking about. The one where they were like, "Can I add all these characters individually?" And then they were like, "No, it's only 7 characters."
No.
It might have been that one, but like there was a cat jumping on screen.
Yes. Yep.
Like,
that was
yeah,
what I was thinking.
that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry for dragging out closing thoughts.
No. You're good. You're good. We always do this. That's why we cold close. I'm kidding.
That's why we
cold open, long close.
Long the coldest close.
Our last episode is the next one of the year.
Oh,
Our
man.
next episode is the last one of the year.
Oh.
Oh man.
I'm gonna set up my camping tent.
That's all I got. Have a good art fight, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Happy points being hidden.
Happy points being hidden.
Bye.